Hey, what's up guys? Mike Patrick. In this video, I want to ask the question, are you an old soul? Are you an old soul? Okay? And some signs that you can look for within yourself in order to know if you're an old soul, okay? Or really, you always know that you're an old soul if you are an old soul, but you just might not be consciously aware of it, okay? Consciously aware of it. Subconsciously, you already know this. But some signs that you can look for and some encouragement and some motivation for those who are old souls, okay? To keep on your path and to keep doing what you're doing, okay? Now guys, one sign that you are old soul is even when you were younger, okay? Maybe even when you first came out the womb or shortly thereafter, within your first couple years or something like that. You may not even necessarily remember it, but if your parents may tell you certain things about yourself, let's say you were born with some type of a habit, okay? Maybe like a habit or just something that wasn't quite normal that you did early on in your life, and it didn't really come from being influenced by anyone else. It's just something that you naturally did. Sometimes that's a sign that you are an old soul, okay? And what happens is basically you are carrying something over from the Ancient of Days, so to speak, and you're bringing it into your reality at that particular point in your life, okay? So it's more so like ancient memory as opposed to consciously remembering when you picked up on doing something, okay? Now, so an example of something like this, to give you guys an example, you may do something like, I'll give an example of myself, okay? I've always liked to rock back and forth, okay? Ever since I could remember. I can't remember a day that I just started to do it, okay? Just rocking back and forth for hours, okay? And looking back on it, I think about how that was a natural form of meditation right there. A lot of people have to practice meditation, okay? A lot of people have to practice getting into a state to be able to either blank your mind, okay? Or to be able to focus your mind, or to be able to imagine, okay? But if you do something like if you rock, okay, that can be a sign that you're an old soul, okay? And it just perhaps you carried that over. You know, it was a form of meditation for you in the past, and that's something that you naturally carried over, okay? And I'm glad that I use stuff like this because it's going to tie the video in even more at the end, okay? Another sign that you could be an old soul, okay? If, let's say ever since you were younger, your demeanor was always more mature, okay? And sometimes you may not even notice this, okay? Especially when you are younger, and sometimes you just may not notice it at all, but other people may notice it, okay? So if you ever was growing up and you were just a kid and people would say stuff to you like you like an old man, okay? You act like an old man and things like that. Or you talk like an old man, or some of the things you would say is like an old man, okay? Obviously that's a sign that you may be an old soul, right? So you may transition into this time, okay? But perhaps there's things within your soul, obviously, that you display that people wouldn't associate with a child, okay? So that's another sign that you're an old soul, okay? If you just seem to be more mature in some kind of way, okay? Another sign that you could be an old soul is your parents, okay? If you always kind of had a relationship with your parents where they may display insecurity when it comes to their authority over you. Now, they may not verbalize it, but if you ever pick up on, you feel like your parent is always trying to assert themselves over you, okay, and they may always say something like, even when you're a child, like a really small child, they may say something to you, like you may say something or whatnot, or even if you don't say something, it may be something you did, and then they're chastising you verbally. They may always tend to say things like, "I'm your parent," or I'm older than you. I've been here longer. I know better. I know this. I know that. A lot of times, that's a deep insecurity within that parent, feeling like, I'm older than you. I'm older than you. I'm your parent. I know better, I know more, that's that insecurity coming out a lot of times, because deep down within their soul, they may feel to some level inferior, not like, oh, I'm better than you, or someone's better than you, but inferior in a sense of, why do I feel like this person has authority over me naturally? No matter what the position is, right? It could be a job. It could be anything in life where somebody might be positioned in a certain spot, but someone else may be, quote unquote, under them. But for some reason, just naturally, the person who's supposed to be in the superior spot or the authoritative spot, within their soul, they still feel inferior no matter what, or they feel like this person is naturally over me, if that makes sense. A lot of times, that's a sign that you're an old soul, okay? So those are some good examples right there. That's good enough. Just contemplate on things like that. Now, why is this important though, as far as asking yourself this question? For one, if you are old soul, sometimes you may feel outcasted, or especially growing up, things like that, you may feel different, and you may be more insecure based on you don't have an understanding who you are, why you're here, why you may not fit in, why you may not be like everyone else, and then you may overexert yourself trying to be like everyone else, and in turn, it doesn't fit who you naturally and really truly are, and therefore you're going against yourself, and that can cause a lot of disruption within yourself, okay? And the whole idea is you're not here to be like everyone else, okay? You're here to be you, okay? And when you are you, okay, and if your core values are in order and in place, okay, you're gonna help transition other people, okay? And so, embrace your differences. Embrace your different way of being, okay? Because it may be other people who need to be inspired by you. And if you are trying to be like everyone else, you're failing those who, whether they know it or not, they may be depending on you to transition them, okay, in a certain way. All right, guys? So if you're an old soul, embrace it. All right, guys? Hopefully this was a helpful video. Peace.